Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and I'm joined with Connor.
Hi guys.
Mario's usually here for the X-Files stuff, but he couldn't make it this week, so it's just the two of us. And of course, we're going to talk about X-Files season 10, I guess we're calling it, episode 3, and it's called Mulder and Scully Meet the Were-Monster. And full spoilers for the episode, as we always do here. First up, I want to say, the opening, like the cold open,
Yeah.
had me very worried. I thought I was going to hate this episode based on that first
Me too.
few minutes because you had these two over the top,
That said, I was like, I like Tyler Labine, so maybe I'll be alright.
it was really goofy, and there was these two, junkies who were sniffing spray paint to get high, and it was just all a bit silly, and the monster looked kind of goofy, but then the episode kind of kept going, and that was kind of the point.
It took a while for me to get into, because after that, and then one of our complaints last week was how they kept referencing the technology, because they didn't have it before, and I felt it was really overdone this week. With them
Yeah,
going like,
yeah.
look, everyone's got a camera, and it's like, and then him like, taking all the pictures, and it's just like, yeah, we get it, you've got phones now. And he's like, look, I can Google, and she's like, I liked you without the internet.
Yeah, it's weird because the episode clearly was meant to be a fun sort of goofy B monster movie kind of thing going for it, but at the same time, kind of explore the idea that Mulder's like questioning what he's spent his entire life chasing.
Yeah.
In the end, I actually think the episode was kind of good. Like,
By the end, I'd say it's my favorite of the three, easily.
yeah,
That said, we're halfway through now, and what is the overall plot of this meant to be? What's the
yeah.
point
Like,
of this?
I've kind of lost all hope of this actually meant to be in like a 6 episode like arc that has a story to it because it's just kind of that's just not happening now.
No.
It had a weird structure because it felt like once he ran into the Australian, well, he wasn't actually an Australian guy, you know what I mean, like the Australian fella.
Guy. No, his name was Guy.
Well, yeah, his name was Guy, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Once he runs into him in the cemetery, and then it's just him explaining everything. That's like the last 10 minutes of the episode, 15 minutes almost. Like that
Yeah,
goes on.
it was a good 15 minutes, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is it. This is
Yeah.
this is the best part.
Yeah, and it was great. Like him like making all these weird digs at human life, and it was just really funny. All the jokes and the fact that he's a lizard person who was bit by a human, and that turned him into a
It's a great
were-human.
reversal.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I thought a lot of that was quite funny. The bit that he makes up about Scully and him having sex was really funny.
Yeah, it was great. I really like even before he starts explaining when he tries to fight him, and he's like, "No, not the gun. Use this. I dropped my weapon."
Yeah, he's a really good actor. I thought he brought the right kind of wacky.
Yeah, it would have been really easy for that to be awful.
Yeah, it would have been, but he was actually quite good. So we're in this weird place now where it's progressively gotten better. This was easily the strongest of the three, I think.
Yeah.
Which it was just surprising after the opening scene, because the opening scene I thought, oh Jesus, what?
It felt really generic.
Yeah, but then it put its own spins on it, and another moment that made me laugh for the guy was when he thinks, oh, maybe I could get one of these sex change operations to fix me, like we could do that, and Model's like, oh, they cut off your genitals, and he's like, nah, we'll
It's
just
a bit
leave
far,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit far. Let's just leave it. That was really funny.
I can see people getting upset about that on Twitter or Tumblr.
I don't no like I could maybe when they were talking to the transgender prostitute.
No, it's the way he was like, "Oh, it's a bit far, isn't it?" And then he agreed with him. He's like, "Yeah, it is." I can see them getting upset about it.
Nah, I think that's stupid if they get upset about that. Because that's not poking fun at them. That's poking fun at the idea that a man just is scared of losing his dick. That's
Yeah, no, I agree, but
That
I can
is-
see it.
perfectly fine, safe, age-old humour. Because most men don't want to lose their junk, and the joke here is that he's only been a man for a day, and he's still like, no, wait a minute, that's,
Yeah.
like that's fine. I don't think there's anything offensive in that joke whatsoever. But yeah, so I thought their banter was good. I really liked like when Mulder starts to believe again after he's spoken to the kooky motel manager who's got like
Really pervy.
yeah, he's got like a hidden corridor where he can like spy on everyone from behind the heads and the wall and all that. And I just like when she has that line, "This is the Mulder I like."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What, do you believe me?" "Oh no, shit, no, you're batshit insane." But this is the Mulder I like.
Yeah.
I did thought it was I get the joke and it made me laugh, but I did thought it was a wee bit on the nose that his ringtone was the theme music from the show.
I actually laughed. I was like, wait, really? Really?
This exists in the show? Okay. Yeah. Sure.
It's another one of those weird things where they're like highlighting the fact that they've got phones now and oh look, well, let's make jokes with it.
Yeah.
Because we can now.
There was a nice touch actually that I wouldn't have known either way. I read this online just there before we came on. The grave that he was like sort of leaning against was actually, the name on the grave was a director of old episodes of the X-Files who passed away in 2009. So it was like a little...
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was a little sort of tribute to them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, we liked this episode. It started off kind of weird. The resolution was very quick, but that was kind of the point. And actually, despite it being like a fun and goofy thing, and it was over the top and fun and goofy, and they were kind of going for that, it actually had quite a bit of character stuff for Mulder.
Yeah, more than the last two did, I'd say. The last two, my problem was he just felt really undefined, and he was like flip-flopping, and like just felt really like, oh, I'll just believe him, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Well, this time he actually had a reason, and it made sense.
Yeah, because as soon as we got to him in his office, and he's like, yeah, look at all this shit I thought was real, and this ended up being this ended up being that. You know, he's like turning skeptical, and then by the end, he's kind of like, you know, it's right at the end, he's like, I'm happy to meet you too. Like, because it reminded him, I'm not completely crazy.
Yeah.
And he drives back a bit again, and it's kind of good. Like, solid episode. I'm surprised. Like, the first scene, I thought this was going to be terrible, and then
yeah, me too.
Completely turned around.
They bullshitted their way through it.
That's a very good way of putting it. So no, best so far of this comeback. And it's maybe a reminder again that sometimes X-Files is just at its best when it's not doing the overarching stuff. It's doing just fun standalone monster stories.
Definitely, but I'm still a little bit disappointed that it's not an overarching plot when it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's weird.
It feels like a wasted opportunity still.
That said, I believe the ratings have been really good, so I've got a feeling that this might become a regular thing where we'll get
another 6.
We'll get a 6-episode season again, maybe a few of them, and it won't outstay its welcome because it is only 6 episodes, so it'll still get a lot of ratings.
Even with these just one-off goofy ones, they don't. It's okay if you're only getting 6 of them because 22 of them, it's going to be hit and miss. Let's face it, it just is.
Yeah, arguably it's already been hit and miss because the first episode wasn't that great.
Okay, yeah, but it should be more solid with 6.
Yeah. But no, episode 3 was good. So here's hoping episode 4 continues the improvement.